Hi guys, welcome to my next tutorial. Today I would like to show you another doily project. This will be the Christmas project. Shape of the doily is like a snowflake, so hopefully you will enjoy this tutorial. For this project you will need crochet hook size 2 mm. If you would like to use the same crochet thread yarn, I use DMC Petra number 3. If you would like to make it a little bit bigger, you can use the bigger crochet hook size and the different type of yarn, but actually for this type of yarn you can use 2.5 mm as well. Our work, we need to start by making slip knot and then chain of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now into the first chain we will work slip stitch to make a ring. So as you can see, we've got ring. Now chain of 2. This chain of 2 will be count as a first half double crochet, and now into the ring we will work 15 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. At the end of our round we need to make a slip stitch into the top of chain 2. So into the first half double crochet. So as you can see, we've done 16 half double crochets. Now we will start next round. So round number 2, we will start by making chain of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be count as a first double treble crochet, and now we will work another double treble crochet into the same stitch. So we're supposed to have 4 loops on the hook, and now we will work through the first 2 loops 1, 2 and 3 times. We need to leave the last one loop, and then we will work one more time double treble crochet, but in the same way. So we need to work for the first 2 loops 3 times, and now when we've got 3 loops on the hook we can finish the stitch. So basically we will work chain of 5 and 2 double treble crochets together. Chain 1 to lock the stitch, and now chain of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now we will skip the next half double crochet, and then into the second stitch we will work 3 double treble crochets together. So we will work for the first 2 loops 1, 2 and 3. The last one loop I will leave on the crochet hook. Then we need to make second one into the same stitch. 1, 2 and 3. So now I left the last one loop. One more time. 1, 2 and 3. We've done 3, and we should have now 4 loops on the hook, and now we will finish the stitch. Chain 1 for lock the stitch. Chain of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we have to repeat this pattern. We need to skip the next half double crochet, and into the second we will work 3 double treble crochets together. So exactly the same as we've done this one. And we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. So after each 3 double treble crochets together we will work chain of 9. At the end of our round, when we've done the last group of 3 double treble crochets and chain 1 for lock in the stitch, we need to work another chain of 4, and then instead of making another chain of 5, because we need to work chain of 9, we will work double treble crochet into the top of our first group of double treble crochets together. We are making this because we need to be now into the middle of our chain of 9. And now we will start next round, round 3, chain of 3. This is the first double crochet, and then into the chain of 9 we will work chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be first double crochet and chain 5 space, and then 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So at the moment into our first chain 9 space we've done double crochet, chain 5 and 5 double crochets. Now we are going to the second one, and then we will repeat in each chain of 9 all the way around. So basically I forgot to tell you, we should have 8 groups of 3 double treble crochets and 8 chain 9 spaces on the second row. So in each next 6, 7, in next 7, because this will be the first one, we will work the same. So 5 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've done 5 double crochets, chain 5 space, another 5 double crochets, and now we will work exactly the same in each chain 9 space, apart from the last one where we start our round. Now I am at the end of my round, so as I said, we need to repeat the pattern all the way around apart from the last chain of 9. Into the last or first chain of 9 we need to work 4 more double crochets, because we start by making only one before chain 5 space, so we need to work 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then slip stitch into the top of chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Round number 4. We need to make slip stitch into the chain 5 space, then chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. It will be first double crochet, then into the same chain 5 space we need to work 10 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So basically into the chain 5 space we've done 11 double crochets because the chain of 3 is a count as a first double crochet. Now chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and we are going straight into the next chain 5 space, and we need to work on 11 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Now chain of 7, so exactly as here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we are going to the next chain 5 space, and we need to repeat our pattern. So in each chain 5 space we need to work 11 double crochets, and then after each 11 double crochets we will work chain of 7. All the way around. At the end of our round, instead of making chain of 7, we need to work first chain of 3 and then treble crochet into the top of chain 3. So again we need to be exactly into the center of our chain 7 space. Now we need to start round number 5, so chain of 3 as a first double crochet, and now into the same stitch as we've done the first chain of 3 we need to work 2 more double crochets. So 1 and 2. We've got 3 double crochets because chain of 3 is our first double crochet. Now chain of 2, 1 and 2. We are going to the first chain 3 space from the previous round. We will be work double crochet and then chain of 2. We need to skip the next stitch, and into the second we will work again double crochet, chain of 2. Then again skip next stitch, into the second double crochet, chain of 2. Skip the next stitch, into the second double crochet, chain of 2. Skip the next stitch, into the second double crochet, chain of 2. Skip next stitch, into the last one double crochet. So basically we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets and 5 chain 2 spaces. Now chain of 2, 1 and 2, we need to go to the fourth chain, 1, 2, 3 and 4, exactly into the center, and now we need to make 3 double crochets into that chain, 1, 2 and 3. Now chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 3 more double crochets into the same chain. 1, 2 and 3. So we've done 3 double crochets, chain of 4 and another 3 double crochets. Now we need to start repeat our pattern. So basically here we've done the second chain of 3, and our round we will be finishing by making first group of chain of 3 and the chain 4 space. So we need to start repeating what we've done before. Chain of 2, double crochet into the first double crochet, then chain of 2, we need to skip the second stitch, into the third double crochet, chain of 2, skip the first stitch, into the second double crochet. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. So in each fourth chain we need to work 3 double crochets, chain 4 and another 3 double crochets. At the end of our round we need to make into the same stitch as we start our round. So as we've made 3 double crochets, we need to make another 3 double crochets, then chain of 2, and then into the top of chain 3 we need to make half double crochet. So again now we are into the center of our chain of 4 and we need to start next row number 6, chain of 3, 1 2 3. So again this is the first double crochet, and now we need to make chain of 3 as a chain 3 space. So double crochet, chain 3, and into that chain 4 space we need to work 3 more double crochets. 1 2 and 3. Now we will go make chain of 3, 1 2 3, and then we will go to the first chain 2 space between 2 double crochets. So we have to skip chain 3 double crochets, first chain of 2, and then we are going to the second chain of 2, and into that chain we will be working 4 double crochets together. So first part of the double crochet, and then we have to leave the last loop on the hook. We've got 1 2 3 and 4. So each time I left the last loop on the hook, so now we should have 5 loops on the hook, and now we can finish the stitch by making chain 1 to lock the stitch. Now chain of 2, 1 and 2, we are going to the next chain 2 space and we have to make exactly the same. 4 times we need to work first part of the double crochet, and we need to left the last loop on the hook. So 1 2 3 and 4. Again we've got 5 loops on the hook. We can finish the stitch by making chain 1 to lock the stitch and then chain of 2. So into the next chain, into the next 3 chain 2 spaces we will work the same. 1 2 3 and 4, chain 1 to lock the stitch, then chain of 2 to chain 2 space, and into the next chain 2 space the same. So we are working actually 4 double crochets together. 3 and 4, chain 1 and then chain 2. 1 2 3 and 4. Then we have to finish the stitch, chain 1, and now we need to make chain of 3, 1 2 3. We need to skip the next chain of 2, and then into the chain 4 space we will work 3 double crochets, 1 2 and 3, then chain of 3, 1 2 3, another 3 double crochets into the same chain 4 space, 1 2 and 3, another and again chain of 3 and 3 more double crochets, 1 2 and 3. So into the chain 4 space, and then in each chain 4 space we will be making exactly the same. We've done 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 3 and 3 double crochets. So now we have to start repeating what we've done from here, because this part is the last group of 3 double crochets. So now chain of 3. We are going to the second chain 2 space, so first one we need to skip. Into the second chain 2 space we will work 4 double crochets together, then chain of 2, and we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. So chain 1 for lock, then chain of 2, and another 4 double crochets together into the next chain 2 space. At the end of our round we need to make the last 3 double crochets chain 3, then we need to make 2 double crochets, and we need to work slip stitch into the top of chain 3, because this is counted as a one of the double crochets. So we've got the same as each chain 4 space, 3 double crochets chain 3, 3 double crochets chain 3, and 3 double crochets. Now we are going to the chain 3. We need to make slip stitch, then chain of 3. So now we start row number 7, round number 7, and then 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, then chain of 3, and 3 more double crochets. So in each chain 3 now we will work 3 double crochets, chain 3, and another 3 double crochets. Now chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, we need to skip 3 double crochets, chain 3, we are going to the first chain 2 space, and we will work the same. So 4 double crochets together, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1 for lock, and then chain of 2. We are going to the next chain 2 space, and the same, 4 double crochets together, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1 for lock, then chain 2. Into the next chain 2 space the same, 1, 2, 3, and 4, then chain 1 for lock the stitch, and then chain 2, and one more time 4 double crochets into the last chain 2 space, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now chain 1 for lock, then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. We are going to the first chain 3 space, and we need to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, then chain of 3, and another 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And now chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are going to the next chain 3 space, and we need to work the same 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, chain of 3, so 1, 2, 3, and another 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, chain of 3, and now we have to start repeating what we've done from the beginning of our round. So this part is actually our second part here. So now we will start what we've done here. At the end of our round we need to make chain of 2 and then half double crochet into the top of chain 3. So again we will be in the center of our chain 4 space. Now we need to make chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the chain 3 space we need to work the same. So 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, then chain of 3, and another 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Now chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. We have to skip chain of 3 from the previous round. We are going to the chain 2 and again 4 double crochets together. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then chain 1 for the lock the stitch and then chain of 2, 1 and 2. Into the next chain 2 space again 4 double crochets together, so 2, 3 and 4, chain 1 for lock and then chain of 2. Into the last chain 2 space the same, 4 double crochets together, 2, 3 and 4, chain 1 for lock and now chain of 3. We are going to the chain 3 space and we need to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 2 and 3, then chain of 3, 1, 2, 3 and then 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Now we've got our chain of 4, so into the chain of 4 we will work treble crochet, wrong, first we need to make chain of 3, I forgot, chain of 3, then into the chain 4 space treble crochet, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and another treble crochet. Now now again we need to make chain of 3, 1, 2, 3 and we are going to the chain 3 space and we need to make the same, so 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, then chain of 3 and 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. So now we need to start to repeat our pattern all the way around. This one is actually what we've done at the beginning of our round, so we need to keep repeating our work all the way. At the end of our round we need to make the last treble crochet into the same stitch as we start our chain of 7. Then we need to make chain of 5 and slip stitch into the 4th chain to leave chain 3 space. And now we will start the last pan round, so chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It will be first double treble crochet and now we need to make, just mark the last chain, we need to make chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and then into the first chain of those 4 chains as we've done we need to make a slip stitch to make a picot. We've got a picot and now into the same stitch as we've done the slip stitch we need to work another double treble crochet and then chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and slip stitch into the first chain, so we've got another picot. So we've done at the moment 2 double treble crochets. We need to make another 3 times, so this will be the third one, double treble, then chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and picot again, and another one, chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are making picot again. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, the last. So after the last one we are not making a picot, we are making the picots only between each double trouble crochet. Now we need to work chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We are going to the chain free space and we need to work the same. So 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, then chain of 3 and another 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Now chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. Into the chain 2 space we need to work 4 double crochets together. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 1, and now we have to make chain 1. Instead of making chain of 2 we are working chain 1, then chain of 4, 3 and 4, slip stitch into the first chain of those 4 chains. So we have to mark the first 2 and we are working slip stitch into the first. Now chain of 1 and into the next chain 2 space 4 double crochets together, 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 1 for lock the stitch. Now chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, we are going to the next chain free space and we are working the same. So 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, then chain of 3 and another 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Now chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to the chain 5 space, so exactly the same as we've done here, and into the chain 5 space we will work 6 double trouble crochets, so first one, and then picot, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now basically we have to repeat what we've done from the beginning of our round, and at the end we have to add one more double trouble crochet into the same stitch. So now in each chain of 5 we will work 6 double trouble crochets. So I've done first one, this is the second, third, fourth, and the last one 6. So I've got 6 double treble crochets. Now again chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to the chain free space, and we need to make the same 3 double crochets, chain 3, and another 3 double crochets, and then we need to repeat our pattern all the way around. At the end of our last round, as I said, we need to make the last double treble crochet, then picot and slip stitch just on the top of chain 5, so under the last picot. And now we can fasten off and cut the yarn. So that's it for today. Now I need to use a little bit of ironing to make it flat, and that's it. Thank you for staying with me to the end of this tutorial, and see you next time.